Trickle in, trickle in. We'll be live in just a little bit. If you can do me a favor, smash that like button. See you in a couple minutes. Disney, you've got 5 minutes. Put the money in the bank account. Otherwise, well, we'll just see. Oh, Bob Iger, what's up? How much? Nah, man, that's just not enough. It's not enough. What do you want me to say? Wait. What leverage? What? Oh, man. Good luck. Feel the power. It's in you. Let's get it started. Let's go. I'm ready. Put me in, coach. Put me in. What is up? Nerdvengers, Broke Vengers, visitors to the tower, lovers, haters, legal, Disney. What's up? How you guys doing? Welcome to the show. Morning stream here on the Den of Nerds Live. It's the best way to start your day. Period. Welcome. Big show today. Oh yeah, I want to talk about Shang Chi, man. I want to get into it about Shang Chi. Saw a report from the Direct. The Shang Chi trailer is getting ratioed in China. Seriously, it is. Multiple reshoots happening for Shang Chi. The question, of course, is what is going on? Is this another Mulan situation for Disney? What are they doing? Disney, what is you doing with Shang Chi? I want to get into it. I want to talk about the nuance as best that we can. And I want to basically discuss what we as Marvel fans should do. What should we do? How do we feel? And how do we best let Disney know how we feel? Respectfully, but also strongly. That's kind of where we're at. So we're going to get into that today. But before we get into any of that, let us do some show notes, chat. Nice. Nicely done. Show notes. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of crazy stuff happening here at the Tower. Most pertinent to you tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Miss Darren Wood and myself will be doing another episode of Darren's Danger Room. But before that, at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, if you are a NERDVENGERS member, we're going to be discussing China, Disney, Mulan, Shang Chi on our Discord on one of the stage audio presentations. This will be for members only because it's a really cool function where we can all chat. I can actually give you my full thoughts and ideas and not have to worry about, YouTube saying that we're doing ridiculous things or people taking what I say out of context and trying to cancel me online. So if you're very interested in the tea, what I really, really think, and let us know what you really, really think without any fear of major ramifications, stop on by the Discord tonight at 7 p.m. We are going to get into it with regards to this whole China Disney situation. Y'all know exactly what I mean. Y'all know exactly why we have to do it behind the scenes on Discord. So be there if you're curious and interested. If not, it's all good. Baby. We will be back at it tomorrow for the morning stream as well, but tomorrow evening, big old watch party, guys. I'm decided to do something a little bit crazy, okay? So we're going to be doing a major night of watch party for the members. We are going to start at midnight Eastern Standard Time. We're going to watch Invincible together. Then we're going to watch Mortal Kombat together. And then we're going to watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the finale. It's going to be nuts. It's like a school day of watch party with the NERDVENGERS. Make sure you're hydrated. Make sure you're caffeinated. It's going to be a good-ass time, and you don't have to make it for all of them. Maybe only one of those things interests you. We'll try to keep you posted on the times that we will be doing all of that. Tomorrow night, you will also have After Dark, but I will also be on Kendall Davis's Normies to Nerds YouTube channel at 7:30 p.m. for a stream where we will be talking about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So big old day of content making, streaming, and stuff for you guys in the evening tomorrow. Leading into Friday, we'll just be doing our regular breakdowns, perhaps a morning stream, perhaps not. After that huge watch party, I'm not committing to anything Friday exactly other than breakdown videos for Falcon and the Winter Soldier and some stuff like that. Also very important, we're almost through it. If you're not a member and you're like, what is he blabbering about? Just hold on, we got like 30 more seconds, you goldfish attention span motherfuckers. Anyway. We will be on Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time doing another NERDVENGERS behind the scenes stream, in which we will be talking about Nerdcoin more explicitly, and there's going to be some things you can purchase on Saturday with some Nerdcoin. It's going to be cool. You're going to want to be there. It's going to be sweet. Last Saturday, we did our very first NFT. One of our members was able to purchase the very first Den of Nerds NFT. It was real chill. Make sure you come by Saturday. Okay. Let's get in to this news. First of all, did you guys hear about the fact that this is getting ratioed? That the trailer is getting ratioed in China? Let me know in the chat. Did you hear about this? You know about this? Did you hear about this? You know about this? Did you hear about this? Did you hear about this? You know about this? Let's go into the theater. Let's check it out. Saw it pop up from the Direct. Boom. Here we go. Marvel Shang-Chi trailer receives negative criticism in China. In recent weeks, Marvel Studio has been showering fans with new trailers and first looks at a variety of upcoming projects. The most recent drop was a glimpse at the MCU's newest hero, Shang-Chi, in the form of an official trailer. Simu Lee, who will star as the titular character, I love that word, titular, it's such a cool word, character in Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, shared a first look at the Master of Kung Fu before seemingly being surprised by Marvel Studios with a full-length trailer on his birthday. And while the internet was abuzz about the action-packed preview, there seems to be less excitement for the film in China. Shang-Chi ratioed in China. As pointed out by Reddit user Alan Huang, I think is how you pronounce that, the statistics for the trailer on Marvel TW and Marvel Studios Hong Kong YouTube accounts are less than favorable. Out of approximately 34,000 viewers who weighed in on the Taiwan account, roughly 1,600 of them disliked the trailer. And similar results came from the Hong Kong audience, as 600 of the 1,022 voters disapproved. That is a 53 and a 43% approval rate on YouTube metric, respectively. For comparison, the most recent Black Widow trailer had well above a 99% approval rating on both accounts. That is quite interesting. Hate for Shang Chi, love for Tony Leung. The comments for each of these videos give some hints as to why fans in the Eastern Hemisphere aren't as excited as the American audience. One complaint from fans was the trailer portraying a Chinese film being made by Westerners. With so much Asian representation in the cast of the movie, YouTube commenters seem to be searching for a more traditional Asian movie-making presence. Another big topic of interest in the comment section was the presence of actor Tony Leung, who plays Wenwu, Shang-Chi's father and the Mandarin. There was a ton of chatter about how Leung's charisma, charm, and good looks overshadowed that of Simu Lee. Some other top comments are critical of the appearance of Simu Lee's titular hero, believing that he doesn't have the ideal face for the titular Chinese superhero. While promotional efforts for the revolutionary film are just getting started, the early pulse check of China, the Ten Rings, seems off to a rocky start. Now, one interesting thing that this reminded me of, and I need you Nerdvengers to let me know if you remember that as well. Let me know if you remember this. Do you remember when Simu Lee was first cast, and we talked about how there was indications from the Chinese market that they did not like Simu Lee at all as the cast, and it had something to do with Chinese standards of beauty and the idea, I believe, that Westerners may well be picking on purpose a representation of not the ideal Chinese sense of beauty in some kind of propagandistic sort of way. Now, that all seems conspiratorial. That is just sort of the vibe that I'm getting from the videos that I've watched in the past and my general American understanding of this whole situation. We will, of course, be diving into this and doing our own due diligence and trying to figure out what is actually going on. But do you remember, if you were here, do you remember when we talked about this when Simu Lee was cast? Do you remember? Yes or no? Do you remember? Yes or no? Oh yeah, and by the way, no, it's we should totally be fine for the tubes. I have no doubt that there is an incentive to make this stream not go well. Again, conspiratorial, of course. But apologies if it is being a little bit delayed. Do you guys remember that? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember. Very interesting. This whole situation is quite strange. And if you'll recall, a lot of the stories around Mulan and what happened with Mulan and how it was basically destroyed in China, completely rejected by the audience it was presumably made for, that Disney not only was, I think, shamed in a lot of ways because of many different things that happened associated to Mulan, but they did that Disney thing where they tried to act like it wasn't real, and they tried to silence all of the voices that were simply trying to point out the hilarity of a major corporation taking a bunch of foreign investment money, trying to make a product for the market by which they took the investment money, and then basically posting up a big old L because of that very region rejecting the product. I mean, from a business perspective, that is like one of the biggest, most hilarious L's I can think of. Like, that's bad. You know what I mean? And frankly, the entire world is watching how all corporations around the world are moving forward past the events of last year. All of them. Okay? Now, I don't think it's crazy to say, and I don't think it's out of pocket to point out, that China has a less than stellar, let's call it, report card when it comes to how they might treat their citizens and even people in the region that live near that country. Okay? I don't think that's too far. Maybe you do, but I don't. And so I think, frankly, when it comes to Shang Chi, what a lot of Marvel fans are watching for is, what are you going to do, Marvel Studios, if China starts rejecting this film? Like, how far? Because I can totally understand, as a business and a publicly traded company, of course, trying to make the film as accessible to what is a massive audience as you can. I am not sitting here saying you should not mess with China or you should not take China money or do anything like that. I don't think it's that simple. But I would say that a lot of people are watching how Disney and Marvel Studios are going to handle potential issues like this moving forward. I think that's the most fair way that I can say. Now, I wanted to talk about another thing that could be seemingly connected to negative feedback coming out of China about Shang-Chi. And this would be, of course, this right here. Now, this was given to me, or rather sent to me, by Star Wars Santa. Let me see. Can you guys see this? Can you see it? Okay. This is a casting sheet for major reshoots. Okay? Martial arts trained 18 to 75-year-old South Asian, Southeast Asian, East Asian, mixed ethnicity, male or female. Must be 5'6" or taller. Martial arts training, movement techniques a plus. Please note, fittings start ASAP. First work day 4/20, which seems ridiculous because up here the deadline is for 4/24, so I'm not sure I understand that. So they need someone martial arts trained that fits that. They need stand-in number 1, 20 to 40-year-old South Asian, blah, 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 in excellent physical shape, 5'10 to 5'11. Please note sizes. Well-known actors, 5'10, 5'11, Asian male, 2 to 3 weeks of work. 2 to 3 weeks of work. Interesting. Stand-in number 2, 20 to 40 years old, South Asian, East Asian female, 5'3 to 5'5, 100 pounds to 115 pounds. Short hair stand-in for our female lead. Guys, stand-in for the female lead? Okay. 2 to 3 weeks of work. Must include full sizes. Shorter hair is a plus. That's just to probably match up to maybe Aquafina. Stand-in number 3, 40 to 75 years old, Mediterranean, Middle Eastern, mixed ethnicity, white Filipino, 5'8", 5'9", 40. They need someone with a 40 chest, 31 waist. Okay. This is probably for Razor Fist. Stand-in photo double for major actor, probably Razor Fist. Okay. 18 to 50-year-old South Asian. Okay, must include sizes. So this is just all stuff. So basically, guys, this is a casting sheet that was brought to my attention last week. I didn't think much of it. Okay? I did not think much of it. But I've seen a lot of mainstream media reporting and even some reporting from people that are in the Scooper insider game that seems to suggest that nothing bad is going on, that there's no major reshoots, that there's nothing really happening like that. Ladies and gentlemen, if this is a real sheet, it literally says major reshoots. You're getting stand-ins for the main actors, and they're doing 2 to 3 weeks of reshoots. Now, look, maybe this is normal. Maybe casting sheets for minor reshoots always go out, with major reshoots being the very first thing in the reading quarter of the fucking page. I don't know. Maybe that's true. But I don't necessarily believe that, okay? What I believe is that Marvel and Disney have likely been doing some testing with their film in Eastern marketplaces, and the feedback that they are getting is probably abysmal. So what they are doing is trying to reshoot, I think, to put in some stuff that may well be directly just to address some of the problems that Eastern audiences have with the film. Now, is that inherently a bad... But if we recall back to what happened with Mulan, the problem I have is not that they are doing this. The problem I have is that there are white knights for Disney out there that are going to come in and try to, I guess, paint a different picture. Like, guys, if anybody tries to tell you that what happened with Mulan wasn't a fucking disaster for Disney, they are lying to you. They are lying to you. In fact, I would venture to say, although I don't know for sure, I would venture to say that a lot of the testing that could be going on for Shang Chi was likely done because of what happened with Mulan. That all of this could actually be effect of the cause being Mulan. That just, I haven't talked to anybody that's indicated that to me. It's just called using your brain. Thinking. You know? You ever do it? You ever give it a shot? You ever turn that thing on? Let it warm up. Let it warm up. You don't want to pull anything. But what I'm saying to you guys is that as I see these reports and things come out there, I get so triggered by it because I'm not going to act like everything's Gucci. I'm not going to just sit back and say, oh, yeah, no, it's absolutely fine. This is clearly not going to be a thing at all. No, this is potentially a huge thing. This could be a massive problem. And if Marvel takes 2 major L's, because I think Shang-Chi is going to do great in the West. But what they have to decide, and again, we'll talk more about this at 7 p.m. I think what they have to decide is, are we sticking our flag in the ground of the Asian representation and the creative talent that we have working on this film, much in the same way that they did with Black Panther, okay? Because when it came to Black Panther, you know, Nate Moore, Coogler, you know, they even I guess had meetings with Tyler Perry and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, they had black excellence on full display coming in, doing their thing, right? What's going on with Shang-Chi, dude? Is it the same thing? Is it not the same thing? Because I think we deserve to be treated like adults. You know what I mean? Like, if it's divisive in the West or in the East, and Eastern cultures do not embrace this film, I feel like it would be a massive mistake for Disney to try to, like, put that under a rug and or hide that. They don't have to embrace it, but I think trying to hide it or trying to placate or trying to play both sides is inevitably going to lead them to a horrible outcome. A horrible outcome, because if they lose Eastern audiences and then they look so gross that even Western audiences start to check out, oh man, you've got a whole different problem. You know what I'm saying? A whole different problem. So I wanted to bring this to your attention because I don't think many other people will. And I think it's worth talking about. So let's stop for a moment. And let's see what y'all have to say. Maybe there's some good commentary in the comment section. Maybe there's some good questions. We could talk about this a little bit. Then we'll get into some other stuff, guys. There's other Shang-Chi stuff going on that's like actually pretty freaking positive. Like, here, let me show you. These toys? Dope. The Funko leak that happened? dope and might prove one of the rumors that I had, or theories. You know what I mean? I'm super hyped on this freaking movie, dude. I'm super hyped on this movie. But when I come, when I see this kind of a bummer thing going on, I'm like, dude, don't ignore it. Oh, there's some leaks. Shouldn't be telling you about that. Don't ignore it. Don't treat me like a child. I love the film, man. I want to understand Asian culture. Like, for real, for real. I want to know what the F is going on. Audiences are smart, dude. Like, we just want to know what's going on, bro. Like, why, if it's a thing, why is it a thing? Are we on the good team here? Am I on the right side of this? You know what I mean? That's what, like, I just want to know. You know what I mean? That's kind of where I'm at. I feel like we deserve to know, frankly. So, let's see what y'all are saying in the chat. We'll get into the chat for a little bit. I know, etc., etc. Very excited about all of that. Looks pretty dang dope. And let me just pull up, I gotta pull something up so I can see all that. And definitely come on by for 7 p.m. tonight, if you're a member, where we will get into the real ish. You know what I mean? Come on by. It's gonna be a good time. And I'm excited to hear what you guys have to say, too. Okay, music guy, welcome to the Nerdvengers. You are a Nerdvenger now. Just Fernie, welcome to the Nerdvengers. You are a Nerdvenger now at the prime level. Make sure you come on by Sunday. Darth Sidious, you are a Nerdvenger now. Thank you. Drew Barfield, you are a Nerdvenger now. Drew Barfield, welcome to the Nerdvengers. I think that's all the new members. Thank you. Go check out the Discord. Go check it out. Okay, we're going to get into these super chats. I know there's probably a lot of feelings. Trevin Gilly with the $20 holla says, just because I feel a super chat war coming on. Hope not. Joey LK with a $20 holla says, hey man, as a new nerd, just want to say I really appreciate your intellectual honesty and critical thinking when political issues pop up. It's rare to find a creator who is able to be fair and honest to both sides. Yeah, man. Thank you, brother. Look, it's actually way harder than you think because there's so much of, basically you walk the path of pissing off both sides, really. You know what I mean? I have lefties that hate me. I have righties that hate me. Because frankly, a lot of their ish is actually not built on intellectual honesty either. So, I appreciate you, Joy. Liam O'Toole with the $10 holla says, just finished Nerd Theory from Monday. Just wanted to say I thought you did a good job as a moderator, almost between a pro-anti sequels. Appreciate the ability for a nuanced take and independent thinking. Thank you, Liam. Yeah, man, that was a good stream on Monday. I had a good time, and I felt like some real good discussions were had. You know what I mean? Angelo Sisa says, if they bring in Iron Fist, do you want a recast? Absolutely, I do. I just, or really make him train for like a whole year in actual Shun Lao or something. You know what I mean? That would be great. Tom Cubbed, $5 holla, says, oh my God, I just realized I'm now a Diamond member. Love this community. P.S. Take my money. Thank you, Tom. Welcome to the Diamond tier, my friend. We're definitely going to be putting some cool stuff into the Diamond Lounge, too. I actually had a couple of ideas about it I wanted to go over with Ryan. Because I think it's going to be a good time. Big Stevie with the $25 holla says, I don't think it's as serious as Mulan. But that situation has scared Disney into making sure they address every concern. Shang Chi can make back its budget from China, even with only the 25% return. They'll still go see it. I mean, okay, look, first of all, I appreciate the take. I agree that it's different than Mulan. But also, I think a lot of this film was shot at a time before the Mulan situation may have brought to light some issues, if that makes sense. Meaning, it's a lot like Warner Brothers in some sense, right? Where like they've had some really bad situations, they've had some not so bad situations, they've had some success, you know, they've had this, that, second, and the third. But there were films that were made during a time that a bad regime was in place. And it's like, you always wonder, you know, how much of, even in the good stuff, were there bad decisions made, if that makes sense. And as far as them making their budget back in China, man, look, Stevie, hopefully you're right, and I think that Marvel is doing a lot to try to fix. Potentially, here's the thing. China only lets, I believe, 25 foreign films into their marketplace in general. Now, the MCU is a very beloved brand over there for the most part. There are some movies over there in Marvel that don't perform as well. But mostly, China seems to be, you know, pretty cool with the MCU. If China were to kick out Shang-Chi within a week or two, which is what they did to The Last Jedi, they literally kicked out The Last Jedi like super early in its release cycle because they were like, yes, no. You know? If they decided to do that, it would be horrible for Disney. The worst case scenario is that China rejects Shang-Chi from even being seen in the country. Did you know that they banned talking about Mulan? They didn't just ban Mulan, dude. They banned talking about it. Like, that's my normie understanding of what happened. I'm sure there's a more nuanced version of what actually happened. But frankly, I think if you're saying the worst case scenario is that they'll still go see it, I think you are underestimating the severity of this problem. Felicity says, appreciate the coverage. Trailer was meh for me. It looks like the action is okay, but I love stuff like The Raid. I don't imagine Shang-Chi is going to blow up my skirt. Have a nerdy day. Hey, different strokes, different folks, Felicity. You know what I mean? I think that's a totally fair take to have. I was blown away by the trailer. I'm super excited for the movie and a little sad that some of this stuff might be happening. So, but I understand where you're at. Josh I, with a $20 holla, says, I was so proud of my 9-year-old daughter yesterday. She, Molly, worked my ass in MK3 for the first time and brings a tear to my eye. 2 days till Mortal Kombat. Keep doing what you are doing, brother. We appreciate it. Thank you so much, Josh. I really appreciate it. Oh, Molly whooped your ass in MK3. I see the correction. Yeah. How about that first 7 minutes, huh? Of Mortal Kombat. Did y'all see that first 7 minutes of Mortal Kombat? Sub-Zero. That was awesome, man. I'm excited for that flick. I really am. I really am. Think it's going to be real dope. All right, so it looks like we're kind of caught up on Super Chats, which is great. Let's see what's going on in the chat. My China comment getting censored on here. Just wait till 7. Wait till 7. Good 7 minutes. It was a good 7 minutes. I'm telling you. The Mighty Mecha says China isn't going to drop Shang-Chi. I mean, I don't think that they will. But they've done things like that before. You know what I mean? Are we sure that no matter what they did, are we sure that no matter what they did, no one really cares about Mulan? Bro, that is a really tough take for me to get behind. You know what I mean? Like, that is a really tough take for me to get behind, man. Mike Porter says, Mike Porter program in place. Pretend it's more. Mike Porter with the $1 million super chat. Very generous, my friend. Holy mother of pearl. Flexing on these hoes, Mike Porter. Damn. I am hyped for MK, though. Nice. Yes, it's on YouTube. The 7 minutes is on YouTube, man. Check it out. T-Love says, I literally missed everything. Am I doomed? What's going on? Nah, you'll be alright, dog. You'll be alright. Just in times of emergency here at the Den of Nerds, we have a policy. You stick your head, or you get into a crouch position, you stick your head between your legs, and you kiss your ass goodbye. Don't be late again. I don't want to hear about it. Normies to Nerd says, yo, Josh, I even noticed how my Shang Chi trailer vid got a quarter of the impressions that my Falcon and the Winter Soldier trailer vid did. Yeah, I was surprised at our numbers as well. It looks like throughout the day it was doing and then there was a moment, for whatever reason, that the impressions did go down. You know what I mean? Who knows exactly what that is all about? Green Bear says, all right, maybe that came out wrong. I mean, I'm kind of over the live-action remakes. New stories. Brother, me too. And in fact, let me tell you something. You ready? You guys ready? I have not watched one of the Disney live-action remakes. Probably never will. Not really into it. Secret Invasion casting. Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about Secret Invasion. So we touched on this yesterday. We'll get into the theater. I'll pull up the Reddit, and we'll have some fun. We'll shift back into fun. By the way, like for real, Disney has a lot of motherfuckers by the balls. This is why I will never accept early stuff to do reviews. I will never accept any actual. I don't want any association with Disney. Frankly, I don't even want to meet the dope people at Disney. I don't want to meet the people I love at Disney. I don't want to meet Kevin Feige. I don't want to meet these people. Because if I do, it's going to affect the way I'm able to do the coverage. You know what I mean? I am not here to hate. I am not here to destroy. But I'll be damned if I'm going to change the way I feel or how I see it to continue to get access or whatever. Fuck that. That ain't me. You know what I mean? So we're just going to keep it kosher, keep it a buck. But also, we're not here to necessarily hate and dogpile. You know what I mean? This is not the crap on Disney show. You understand? It's a business. Global business is complicated. You know what I mean? Global business is complicated. All right. Now, we talked about this yesterday on the Nerdy News Rundown. By the way, the Nerdy News Rundown is back. It's going to be a news program that goes over all the craziest news for the day, and it drops at 6 p.m. hopefully every day, Monday through Friday, moving forward for the rest of time. Make sure you're checking out The Den of Nerds, not the one you're watching now. This is the live streaming channel. Make sure you go to The Den of Nerds every day at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to get filled in on all the nerdy news. We did talk about this yesterday. In fact, should we react a little? Subscribe so you never miss an episode. Hang on. Avengers, it is Josh. Shut up, Josh. Oh, wait, we are in the theater. Okay. Turn the music down. Chet. Freaking butthole. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every day, hopefully. Here's what the show looks like. It's like the news, but for nerds. Subscribe so you never miss an episode. NERDVENGERS, it is Josh. Welcome back to the Nerdy News Rundown for April 20th, 2021. Our top story today all has to do with Emilia Clarke joining the Secret Invasion Disney Plus show. Variety got this one as an exclusive, and they say that Emilia Clarke is in final negotiations to join Samuel L. Jackson in the Secret Invasion show. This comes on the heels of THR reporting that Olivia Colman is also in talks to join the show. And on top of that, The Hollywood Reporter
also is reporting that the show will begin filming later this year in the UK and Europe. There is no word on who Emilia will play, but she is a very high-profile actress that is joining a very stacked cast. And I think for me, the big takeaway here is, wow, Marvel Studios is going big with the Secret Invasion show. We already know, or have it indicated to us, that this show is going to be much bigger in scope than some of the other Disney Plus shows that we have seen, and it is supposed to lead directly into Captain Marvel 2, which is heavily rumored to be setting up the status quo for the Avengers moving forward.
So let's stop there. So basically, guys, the big thing here, the thing that's so cool about this is, we had it indicated to us like a long time ago that Captain Marvel 2 was going to set up the status quo for the new Avengers, the Avengers team following the events of Avengers Endgame, okay? That was a separate and, I believe, accurate report to the additional reports that Secret Invasion would be connected to Captain Marvel 2. That kind of the original intention for WandaVision was that WandaVision would go right into Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, but then, of course, things were changed. Doctor Strange was put basically way far away, and WandaVision's ending got a little bit watered down and condensed, okay? That mostly had to do with the pandy, mostly had to do with just the constraints that Marvel Studios had at the time. We believe, and I think we have reason to believe, that Marvel Studios will do it differently moving forward. Not only because they'll have more time and they can actually hit their ideal situations, but because they really are stacking the Secret Invasion show. The Secret Invasion show is starring Ben Mendelsohn as Talos and Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury. Secret Invasion is a massive story in the comics, guys. A massive story in the comics. And we've seen the Skrulls in the trailer for Loki. We've seen Skrulls written on the whiteboard in WandaVision. I strongly feel as though there are Skrulls in that show, potentially Hayward himself. And even in Falcon the Winter Soldier, I think that Sharon Carter could be a Skrull. I think that the Countess, Val, she could be a Skrull, and she's actually probably the most obvious choice for a Skrull, because that character is a lover of Nick Fury's, okay? An ex-lover, but a lover nonetheless. And one of the moments where Nick Fury first realizes about the invasion, and then he disappears. He dips. Like, he disappears. And everyone's like, where the F is Nick Fury? You know what I mean? That ex-lover of his attempts to kill him, and she's a Skrull. Okay? So the Skrulls essentially choose to infiltrate S.H.I.E.L.D. through Val. Val and that Skrull that ends up being Val attempts to assassinate Nick Fury, sets off the inciting incident where he's like, oh shit, Skrull's coming, right? Beyond that, the first part of the Secret Invasion storyline has to do with the character Dum Dum Dugan. Now, Dum Dum Dugan, you've seen him before. He's one of the Howling Commandos. He was the one with the weird top hat looking dude with the orange beard or whatever. Great character, awesome character in the comics. I don't even remember how in the comics they make him live for as long as they do. Probably a little super soldier serum or something like that, right? Everybody's got a little something in him. But Dum Dum Dugan in the present day Marvel setting is also met by Val. Them both being heavily involved with S.H.I.E.L.D., Dum Dum Dugan knows who she is, lets her into, I believe, his boathouse, if I'm remembering correctly. And then she murders him and takes the identity of Dum Dum Dugan. Okay? So, that's what happens in the comics. With all the paranoia, with all the sort of issues going on in Marvel, not Marvel, but rather in the actual universe, the diegetic universe of the MCU, we're seeing people like Hayward say things like, you don't know what it took to keep the lights on. And he is hell-bent on, like, recreating Vision, having weapons, and doing things like that. So, on the one hand, you have Earth, right? You have Earth and the heroes of Earth and the powerful people of Earth kind of being like, yo, we need to be ready for another, like, crazy Thanos-level event or something like that, right? So you have that going on. You also have the Skrull and the Kree, who also likely had the snap and blip occur for them and are likely in shambles, but also could recognize the importance of Earth and also that Earth's defenses are weakened. And so there could be some nefarious Skrull that start an invasion post-blip on planet Earth. Maybe they actually started it during the blip. You know what I mean? That's possible as well. We also have a lot of indications that the Thunderbolts are coming in some form to the MCU. John Walker, likely to be one of the first ones established. And again, Val being there sort of indicates that that is what's going to happen, that that's what's going down. And so, man, like, it's just a little thing, like Emilia Clarke gets cast. I know people are really excited about it. Could she be the Skrull Queen? Sure. Could she be another Skrull? Sure. Could she, whatever. But to me, it's not even as much about her being cast as like, yo, look at all these high-profile people being cast. Like, whoa. They're going big, dude. They're going really big with Secret Invasion, and I love it. I'm very excited about it. I've also heard that the MCU is getting their very own Norman Osborn that will not be Willem Dafoe. But Willem Dafoe might well be the main antagonist of Spider-Man 3. But we might still get an MCU. Come on, McConaughey! Norman Osborn that's separate. Because Feige, guys, has wanted to get his hands on Norman Osborn for a long, long time. The Oscorp Tower was almost put into Avengers 1. That's how long Feige has wanted Norman. He knows how important Norman is to certain stories moving forward. And it's not Green Goblin. I mean, he puts Iron Patriot in Iron Man 2. Don't tell me he didn't want that to be Norman. Of course he did. Of course he did. They figured it out. They changed it up and they did it. But dude, no way he didn't want that to be Norman. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, super cool thing with Secret Invasion. Looks to be very big. And because it's filming later this year, we'll probably get, more leaks, set photos, etc., etc. A lot of cool stuff for that show. And then the new setup for the Avengers moving past that. You know what I mean? It's pretty chill. It's pretty freaking chill. We'll do more super chats in a little bit here, guys. Let's go over a couple other things, okay? Let's get back into the theater. And let's see what else is happening in the world. We also talked about this fun little leak right here yesterday on the Nerdy News Rundown. Apparently, this list right here comes from a LEGGO set that's connected to What If. Now, frankly, I would take this with a massive grain of salt. This one, to me, doesn't feel all that legit, but some people that I take pretty seriously are taking it seriously. So I'm a little confused. But the main thing that we talked about yesterday was this right here. Steve Rogers as Spider-Man's. Steve Rogers as Spider-Man's, ladies and gentlemen. Would that not be absolutely frickin' fantastic? I mean, look at this. Look at it! Come on, man. Think about it. In this scenario, he would likely not get the super soldier serum. So he would still be skinny Steve. You know? Shrimp fry Steve. But he still has all the heroic things that make him a good person, etc., etc. But he just doesn't get the super soldier serum. And then he gets bit by a spider and becomes Spider-Man? Yo! That's a what if I'm into, man. Because I'm wondering also, like, does he get bit by the spider back in the day? Because he wouldn't survive the freeze. He wouldn't actually now be able to come out of the ice, right? Maybe the spiders, maybe his spider strength could make him get frozen, and that would be fine. But without the super soldier serum, he can't survive. So, is he also Spider-Man in the 40s and 50s? And we have a little Spider-Man noir going on? Like a legit 40s, like, swashbuckling Spider-Man noir meets Steve Rogers. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. That's amazing. That is some real cool, nerdy shit. Hope it's real. Legitimately hope that is real. I'm going to do a separate video on these 4chan leaks. Because some of these feel right, some of them feel wrong. So look out for that later today. MODOK show coming. All I'll say about this is I wonder if Patton Oswalt is a fan of Jim Carrey. Because that's going to be an awkward phone call. Oh, there's actually one more thread I want to touch on. Because we have to drop our preview video today for Falcon the Winter Soldier finale. Check this out. Pretty cool. Make sure you can see it. All of the shots from the trailers that we have not seen yet in the show. Fire! Whoa. Wow. Motorcycle. Bucky launching. Dope. Yeah! Oh, man. That is so dope, dude. Can you all see that all right? That is crazy cool, man. About to Superman punch him. That is cool. Punchy, punchy. Here's some interesting stuff. We haven't seen this shot. We have not seen this shot. What does it mean? But there's a lot of stuff that we haven't seen for the show. You know what I mean? Pretty excited for the finale. I think it's going to be really cool. Let's see if there's anything else we want to talk about. Oh, yeah. So, okay. So, Mason posted this, and at first I was like, that's not an actual shield. But the point he was making is that this could be one of John Walker's posters, which would indicate that the tournament is taking place after the events of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. You know what I mean? Just for the timeline. That is totally a fair thing to bring up. But I just don't know. Venom 2 trailer releases tomorrow, a day ago. Well, let's double check Twitter. I don't think it happened. But let's double check. It's not trending. So props not. It's not trending. Hawkeye production wrapped. That's cool. I'm into that. It's a bonkers movie. They're definitely going for that horror show vibe. Elizabeth Olsen talking about Doctor Strange 2. That's cool. By the way, still very possible that you're looking at the villain. I know, it's going to break hearts, but you're looking at the villain. And then this is the family that she, pretends to care about. She don't care about them, bruh. She don't care about them. Damn! Just went from 6 to midnight. New seasons of The Witcher and Cobra Kai get release window. Okay, that's cool. That's cool, but not necessarily what we're looking for. All right, I think that's going to do it. Let's get into the last of the super chats and just into the chat and see what you all want to talk about. Again, make sure you come by 7 p.m. if you are a member. And join the audio discussion. I'd love to hear what some of you guys have to say. I'd love to be able to actually tell you how I feel about things. It's going to be cool. So allow me to now check out the super chats. Sheev the Wise says, best community on the interwebs. Love the positivity we got going on always. Shout out to my bro Tim, much love Josh, and all the homies. Thank you, Sheev. We appreciate you, brother. Second player says, what about a live action Moana remake? Would you watch it? Nah. Unless I was forced to. Chris19 with a $3 holla says, does that include the Lion King remake? I have not seen any of them, bro. Liam O'Toole says, big break for Amelia. She needs this to hit. Hey, man, you said it, not me. I'm glad you said it and not me. But I agree. Amelia has a shaky history outside of Game of Thrones, and honestly, Dan and Dave did her super ass dirty with that last season. So, yeah. For sure, bro. She needs a W, and I'd love for her to get one. Astro says, stops watching Mary News because I realize you're live and you're watching. Oh, that's hilarious. So Astro was watching the nerdy news and then stopped because we were live, and then we were watching the nerdy news. That is pretty funny, man. That is pretty funny. Mike Motherflippin' Porta says, with the very generous $3,000 donation, we need more likes. 781 watching and only 315 likes. Yeah, man, I should do better about calling out for the likes and all that. Mike says, Shang-Chi trailer that wasn't Cap's shield painted on the wall. It's the flag of Madripoor. They will be going back. Whoa! Interesting. I know there's some speculation that they will be going back to Madripoor, and that even some of the scenes we saw in the trailer are in Madripoor. Who's the power broker, by the way? RG2088 with a $10 hollow says, I like the idea that the secret invasion is with evil scrolls from another multiverse. Do you believe Falcon and the Winter Soldier is setting up both Dark Avengers with John Walker and Thunderbolts with Zemo? No, but maybe. I think the Thunderbolts... I don't know if we're going to get the traditional Dark Avengers. I'm starting to think that what Feige might have planned with the Dark Avengers is multiverse. And that the Thunderbolts are going to be more like what's going on like with Norman and everything like that. I don't know for sure, but that is the sort of gut level feeling I have based on some of the things that other people are saying. Matthew K with a $3 holler says, what Marvel animated series should I watch? Dude, the first one they did on Disney XD, I forget what it was called. Christopher Yost was heavily involved. Earth's Mightiest Heroes, I think. Dude, that show is fantastic. Like, some of the Marvel animated shows are fantastic. The Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man was fantastic. You know what I mean? I love a lot of that stuff. Flatbrush Zombie says, Patton Oswalt rant on Parks and Rec is all time. Yes, it is. That is one of the best filibusters of all time. The Real Jesse Lee Reed says, MCU Secret Invasion will be the Skrulls helping Fury root out deep cover Kree agents who have been infiltrating world governments for decades. I gotta be honest, I would not like that. Like, the Kree can do their own kind of bad stuff. Like, let the Kree be the Kree, man. Let the Kree be the Kree, man. Like, I would not like that. At a base level, I would probably complain about that. You know what I mean? Not trying to be that guy, but I would probably be that guy. Let's see if there's anything else going on, then we'll see what's in the chat. Josh Anthony with the $5 holla and no message. We appreciate the support, though. Okay, what's going on in the chat? Mandarin equal power broker. Hence the Shang Chi trailer. Very possible, Prince Zodiac. Very possible. Bucket isn't weak. He is holding back because he's afraid of losing control. Oh, we were talking about that? I need Amelia as Kira in Solo 2 movie. Maul and Kira. Are you kidding me? Hashtag Crimson Dawn. Yeah, I thought she was pretty decent in that. That's actually... Like, I don't like that movie, like, at all. But she was pretty good in it. Josh Anthony, what up, bro? Are you a Nerdvenger now? Let me double check something here. Check the memberships. What the heck? No, you're a blue badge. You had to be an older one. Anyway. Bobby Nuck says Shang-Chi looks like trash. I mean, hey, man. Agree to disagree. Alan has no idea. Says, hope all is good with you, Josh, my man. I'm good, brother. Just juggling a lot. A little stressed out. Trying to do the best that we can. I really want to try to hit that 6 p.m. time for the Nerdy News Rundown. And there's like a million other videos that we should be doing as well. So I'm pretty upset, pretty frustrated, pretty furious, pretty on fire constantly with my blood pressure through the roof, wanting to freak out and punch holes in walls because we're not hitting the marks that I want. However, other than that, I'm good. Where is Venom 2 trailer? Brother, I have it, but I can't show you. You know what I mean? If you send maybe a couple $1,000 donation, I'll show you. By the way, that's a joke. Aw, man, y'all gambling now with that coin, huh? Y'all gambling with that coin now. This is a really interesting point here. Illustrate and Cultivate says, not sure why people follow MCU content or Den of Nerds if all they do is talk crap about the movie series and trailers. I just can't connect it here. Well, my friend, I think that you are a victim of the algorithm. Because, frankly, that is certainly not what we all do here. And if you truly believe that all these incredible people have followed this brand and channel because of that, you're just not paying attention. You're not looking at what they're actually saying. You're not actually paying attention. So you're like a child that comes into the middle of a movie and asks what's going on. And I think that's pretty accurate. You're acting like a child. So it's all good, but go to the kids' table, frankly. Den of Nerds Live. What would be the hypest Power Broker character and the least hype? The most hype? Oh man, what would be the most hype for the Power Broker? Okay, most hype for me would be like Red Hulk. Red Hulk sitting behind like like Tony Montana type household in Madripoor. But he's not like he's Red Hulk. He's not Russ. Like he's Red Hulk and he's sitting there in like a dope jacket, a little bit like what we saw with Professor Hulk in Endgame. So it would be like Red Hulk and like some nice stuff, maybe even a pile of cocaine, you know, hey, sitting there, and him like finding out like a post-credit scene like that, and then being like, "What do you know, Power Broker? What do you think?" And he's like, "Well, I think I'm about to smash," or some crazy shit like that. Take the cigar out of his mouth, turn to the camera. That kind of shit would be the dopest. What would be the lamest? If it's Sharon Carter. Lame. Beak. Welcome to the Nerdvengers. You are a Nerdvenger now. Josh, are you going to be worried for Loki if Falcon and the Winter Soldier disappoints similar to WandaVision? Absolutely. I mean, how could you not be? Look, I think Loki's going to be dope. I'm really hoping that the finale of Falcon and the Winter Soldier is awesome. I like the show, but, like, damn, was it misadvertised. Like, damn, did they not be honest about what this show is about, in my opinion. The lack of action is absurd. Like, even with all the good stuff, it's almost like I want to applaud and really hold up, you know, to as a shining example, some of actually what I think is some of the best handling of racial issues that I might have ever seen in pop culture. They deserve a round of applause for that. I also like to see smashy. What the hell is going on in this show with the Flag Smashers, the action in general? Episode 5 should have been episode 3. Like, you should have done 3 hours of that, and then you get into the action, in my opinion. Okay? So we'll see how episode 6 does. Maybe it's absolutely incredible. I'm thinking it will be. But if it doesn't hit with people, I will absolutely be concerned with Loki. How could you not be? Loki also was filmed at the same and similar time periods as these other two shows. So even if we're just being incredibly charitable and we're saying that a lot of this happened due to the pandy, it's still potentially lingering over Loki. And by the way, that's not the end of the fucking world. It's not the end of the fucking world if the first couple of Marvel shows don't pop off the way they should have, because we just went through a once-in-a-lifetime global event. Hopefully. Knock on wood. Capisci? I'm sure that's a nuanced opinion that some childlike motherfuckers might think is nothing but negativity. But it's also the truth. PB, either multiple people or Mephisto in the form of Ralph Boner, guaranteed. You know, I do want to say one thing about that. Trev sent me a private message earlier that blew my mind. It blew my mind. He said, what if Ralph Boner is the power broker from the first Secret Wars, like the disco suit wearing Ric Flair type dude? What if that's right? And by the way, he could change his appearance and do whatever he wanted. So mainly, like Trev was saying, what if it's a Beyonder that's just messing with everybody? He sees the whole and he's just messing with us. So like basically, it wouldn't be like right now. What it feels like is Marvel is messing with us, and I don't like it. But what if it's not Marvel messing with us, but the Beyonders, who are these omnipresent beings? Omnipotent godlike beings that basically look at the entire multiverse like a board game. And then if you'll recall, sort of the retcon of that old Beyonder was that he was just one of the Beyonders that sort of just wanted to play in the actual universe, right? If that's what's going on, I will forgive the Boner. I will forgive the Boner if it's the Beyonder. Give me the disco suit, baby. Disco suit Beyonder. That would be sick. Twould be sick. So, shout out to Trev, man. That's such a cool idea. That is such a cool idea. Alright, what else is going on? Gonna go for 5 more minutes. What else is going on, all you crazy animals? Damn, I'm late. How's everybody doing? I'm doing very well. Iron Fist gives it a run for its... What? Remember what Matt Shackman said? They couldn't do the show without Evan Peters. Still have hope for Evan Peters' return. Look, again, but like, how are we supposed to feel about that, right? Because, like, I can't... It's so rough, bro. It's so rough because it's like, it feels like they, at first, I mean, they called him Ralph Boner, bro. You know what I mean? And it felt, I mean, Shackman said, or maybe it was one of the others. I was like, I don't even read comics, basically. You know? It felt like, at first, within the first week after the finale, there, or even after the Boner joke episode, there was actual effort made by Shackman and I forget who the writer was. Literally to say, if you don't like it, fans, screw you. That's what it felt like. I'm not saying that's what they intended, but it felt like they were getting petty and upset that fans were getting upset. It feels like they changed their tune within a couple of weeks' time to saying stuff like, oh, if it feels like it's not complete, there's a reason. Shaq, we always needed, Evan Peters. It's such a big deal of that. Look, don't piss down my back and tell me it's raining, because it's possible they just got caught with their finger in the cookie jar and are trying to do damage control. And if that's the case, I'm going to be even more pissed. I'm going to be even more pissed. But hopefully, it's the homie. You know what I mean? The boner. The boner beyonder. The boner from beyond, if you will. I could take that boner. I could live with that boner. So are you going to end up doing streams mostly from your house now, says second player? Not exactly. Look, that's a complicated answer. I can explain that more on a NERDVENGERS stream. The truth is, for now, probably yes, but I am still looking to have studio space built at one of these places. Because here's the thing. Basically, it's like this. This is the TLDR. We can maybe do a little bit of what we're doing right now from this place. But all of the expansion that we want to do, all of the stuff that I really want to be doing right now that I thought we would be able to do from the house, we need to do that. Moving forward, for a lot of the plans that we have, we want to run servers. We want to have constant live streams that have switching in and out so that you could always go to the Den of Nerds live and there be something going on. Right? I can't do that from here. But I can sort of drop some of the quality bitrate of some of these things and make the streams functional for the time being while we are having that studio space built. Because the truth is, man, the whole thing's a big mess. You know what I mean? The whole thing's a big mess. But we have no choice but to fix it and to figure it out. You know what I mean? So the bottom line is, for a while we'll be doing a lot of the streams from here. I bet you would take that boner. Naughty, naughty. The Beyonder, have you seen him, man? You seen that dude? Team Switcher, that guy. Team Switcher. That's all I'll say. Drop the bit rate and don't worry about it. Well, I mean, frankly, look, there's a lot of plans. There's a lot of things that I want to do. You know what I mean? Dana White as Kingpin, dude. That would be great, Ricky. That would be great, man. By the way, I told y'all Jake was gonna win that fight. I tried to tell you. NERDVENGERS. Bobby Nux says, I think China would have loved the Atom movie Zack Snyder pitched because it's a superhero who happens to be Asian, not just another kung fu guy. You know, you might be onto something there, Bobby. You might be onto something there, Bobby. That fight was rigged. Nah, bro. Jake just cracked him. I mean, I think Ben said it best, man. He's got 10 years in the UFC. His guard is horrible. His left hand was super down. And you just can't untrain 10 years of bad habits, bad boxing habits, not bad fighting habits, because, frankly, that overhand right is the perfect punch to shoot for the legs on. So Ben, and by the way, he was never cracked that hard because that threat was always there, so the people would never unload, right? So it's just a totally different situation. Look, say what you will about Jake Paul, smart motherfucker. I know, you might not want to hear that, but he is. I mean, you guys see what's happening? Do you see the story that he's playing out there? You see the leverage he's creating? I think it's pretty brilliant. Yeah, man. It is what it is. A butthole, but he's smart. For sure, bro. For sure. Yep. When are you going to do a video on all the Spider-Man 3 leaks? I mean, I haven't really been touching that kind of stuff, but we will be getting back into it. Frankly, there's a lot of stuff going on. Like, look, this will seem crazy to some of you, but there are like 5 or 6 videos that I know we could have done and gotten big numbers on within like the past week that we didn't do. And we're instead doing a variety news show, which the algorithm doesn't know what to do with, at 6 p.m. each day. But I promise you there is a logic to what we are doing. And I will talk about it more with the NERDVENGERS behind the scenes. But I promise you there is a logic to what we're doing. You know what I mean? So we need a keystone piece of content or an anchored piece of content on the main channel. The back and forth between this anchored piece of content in the morning streams and the 6 p.m. Nerdy News Rundown, that connective tissue is very important. And so we're just establishing it this week. You know what I mean? Matthew K says, Josh versus Jake Paul next. I would never box Jake Paul. You know what I mean? And frankly, like, I'm not in the position to dedicate any time to serious training. But I would absolutely get in the ring with him. But I wouldn't box him. Like, again, I think Ben's, like, stance on that is it was so ridiculous. I mean, sure, you know, he made $500,000 or whatever, which is awesome. But it just felt, like, so weird, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not a boxer, dude. You know what I mean? Like, it would be like taking away my best weapons, which is the clinch, and literally being like, anytime I'm in the place where I'm most comfortable, they're going to break it up. You know what I mean? Like, no way, dude. No way. For brain damage, though, I mean, your mileage may vary on that, but Josh versus Voss? So, nah, man. See, I can't do that. Because, like, I technically have a lot of fighting experience. So it would be unfair to just challenge another YouTuber. Do you know what I'm saying? That would technically be unfair. And then if they found out about my history, it might, like, be a thing. How did Lando not win last night? Because Debate 8 is rigged. That's why. Josh's best weapon is the belly rub. Amen. Amen. My money on Josh, aside from other things. Damn! Somebody keep an eye on her. Josh versus Jay? I couldn't fight Jay, man. I couldn't really fight him. I like that dude a lot. I like him more than, I like Jay. Josh versus Drunk. The winner gets all of Theory's money. I mean, I'd spar. I love sparring. I'd spar with anybody. You know what I mean? I love sparring, dude. Love it. You get to know someone. You know what I mean? You get to really know someone in the ring. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right. Let's spar then. All right, Nikki. Amelia Clark playing Rogue. Setting her, what? Amelia Clark Rogue. Okay, let's finish on this. Amelia Clark. Could you see Amelia Clark as Rogue from the X-Men? Yes or no? Put it into the chat. When are you getting a haircut, man? Hopefully today or tomorrow or something. I don't know, bro. Dude, I would totally do some rounds, man. There's a thing in the dojo, man. My dad taught me, like, it's a respect thing, man. And by the way, most actual fighters don't really talk about it that much, and they really don't start fights. If you're a real fighter. So, it's a little mixed, man. It's a little mixed here. So, a lot of people say yes, but there's definitely a lot of no's. I gotta be honest with you. I'm gonna say no, dude. Like, she doesn't have it for me. Like, she'd almost be a better Kitty Pryde than a Rogue. To me, Rogue is like bigger, you know, wide, like a little wide, like stronger. You know what I mean? Like Rogue had one of those, like kind of Wonder Woman almost builds, right? But I don't feel the same. She's a little too. I hate to say it, but she's a little dainty for me. You know what I mean? To be Rogue, right? Dude, Abigail Brand, great idea. Libertara. I don't know how to pronounce that name. It's probably really clever. I can't pronounce it. Abigail Brand, though, great idea, dude. Great idea. That would be fantastic. I could see her as Abigail. But you know, I don't know. There's a lot. I'm bad at the casting. All right, everybody. That's gonna do it for today. Thank you all for hanging out today. Again, I want to do a reminder. If you're curious about Disney, China, Shang Chi, Mulan kind of conversations, if you're curious about that, if you are a NERDVENGER member, come on by at 7 p.m. tonight. We will be doing an audio stage event. It's kind of like being on Clubhouse or Stereo. I'll be talking about some of the things that I think, some of the sort of weird thoughts that I have about the situation. I want to know what you guys actually think. So come on by if you're a NERDVENGER member for that. I think it's going to be really, really cool, okay? As I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I will see you in the next video. Well, that's awkward. The music stopped, and I don't like that. Oh, there it is. Okay, bye. Miranda Bradley, welcome to the NERDVENGERS. You are a NERDVENGER now. All right, so look, little stinger for you. I think everybody's mostly gone. Everybody left. Yeah. I'm excited for the chat tonight. Look, the world is strange, and these topics are nuanced, and I've always been a little hesitant to, you know, through these really corporate, censored, and really curated platforms, speak openly and honestly about some of these issues, which I think is a shame because it creates a vacuum, you know? And so the chat functionality, man, we talked about Falcon and the Winter Soldier last week, And man, there's so many interesting, nuanced points from people, and it's just really cool to like give people a little bit of space. Just like, hey, don't worry about it. Like, you're safe here. Just how do you feel? And then we just talk about it. You know what I mean? It's really a beautiful thing. So I very much look forward to seeing and hearing from many of you tonight. 6 p.m. We're gonna drop the rundown. Check that out. 7 p.m. We'll be doing the audio thing. We'll probably go an hour and a half. I will have to bail to start getting ready for Darren's Danger Room. And then we'll run Darren's Danger Room, okay? Much love. See ya.